Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This week we have a very special week on the cards in the KEW. It is Hardcore Week. We are building towards our Hardcore Championship match at the next main pay-per-view, and all the matches in today's billing, they'll all be Hardcore ones. As you can see, we've got a new member to the roster as well. So without further ado, let's get things kicked off. And we'll introduce the new fella as he makes his way to the ring in a short time. Well, here he comes, first out of the gates. Representing his native motherland. Here he is, it's King Daddy, aka Stephen O'Donnell.
Making his way to the ring from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 266 pounds.
Claiming to be from Ireland, the chains round his neck, the rings on his fingers, the King Daddy himself. The Irish Revelation, the Irish King, the Irish Lord, whatever way you want to work it. He is Ireland's next big hope and next big thing in the wrestling industry. King Daddy makes his way into the ring, showing off his gold and all his finery around his neck, and his emerald rings and his emerald crown. Well, he proved to be a popular wrestler in the KW, time will tell. Here comes the mist into the arena. I hope he's got some thermals on there, King Daddy, because things are getting chilly. As the man, the myth, the legend, the Yeti makes his way to the ring. It's Cold Ears Craig.
At 247 pounds.
He has, of course, got his elicited Yeti powers, stolen from his trip to the far north. Went for a search for the Yeti. His ears froze off. Cold enough to cook eggs on, he said. The weather didn't agree. Found the Yeti, stole its powers, and now uses his Yeti abilities in the KW to try and claim victory and ownership. He will, of course, be gunning for this hardcore title. He'll see it as a real opportunity to push himself up the KW rankings. And with the Yeti powers, you'd have to say he's got to be a firm favourite. The way to work, there are two fatal four-ways back-to-back. The winner of each will progress, and they will be our hardcore championship contenders. King Daddy, you got to feel he's got a bit of a good deal here, straight into the KW, and has the opportunity to potentially lift a KW title in just 2 matches. And here he comes, the man who maybe was a little confused when he saw hardcore on the billing, thought he'd signed up for something else. The sex magnet of the KW. It is the BFG, the little ship, the Himmy Shake. The ladies love him. He is, of course, no stranger to some hard matches. He's definitely had a battering in his time in the KW. He always takes a licking and keeps on kicking, though. And he will be a dangerous customer here. No, look at that man defending his woman in the front row. She's got the sign up, look at that. She couldn't resist. She couldn't wait for it. She waited for a man to sit back down, and out came the sign that said the best is here. And she knew the BFG was the man she was waiting for in the front row. Look at her there. Her eyes are fixated on him. She wants a front row ticket to the buns. And her man sat down. She said, sit down, shut up, son. I'm here for him, not for you. Look at that, the BFG will be revelling when he watches this back. He'll say, see, KW sex magnet, that's me. Lifts an arm aloft, and there you can see King Daddy and Cold Ears Craig on the outside. And our last man for the first of the fatal four ways then. Known affectionately in the KEW as the man, the mystery, the myth. It is the mystery. Here he comes.
Weighing in at 240 pounds.
Who's behind the mask? Nobody knows. It's a question mark. The question no one's ever going to answer, we don't think, as he struts his way down to the ring. The question marks adorning his outfit. He, of course, is renewing some old friendships potentially, or old rivalries with the BFG. The pair of them having a bit of a ding-dong in recent weeks. And this will be no exception, I dare say. We'll have to see if the two of them target each other, or whether they'll decide to try and spread around their inflicted punishment on others. You can see there King Daddy looking eager, looking on. And the Mystery will be fired up as well. So will Cold Ears. And the BFG will see this as a real opportunity to get himself up the KEW's power rankings and potentially into a title match. The four men in the ring then. Anything goes. And there are plenty of weapons adorned under the ring, and straight away King Daddy goes straight for the BFG, and the Mystery flips Cold Ears straight on his back. The two of them are of course part of the Misfits group, and here they're doing battle with one another. Cold Ears locking up with the Mystery and throwing him into the corner as the BFG's getting a few hits in on King Daddy, and big clothesline from the BFG there, and now big splash to Cold Ears, sends the Yeti skittering to the floor. He is by far and away, you can see, the largest man in the ring as he slams his arm on the back of the King Daddy, and Cold Ears is already going under the ring. The Mystery's tossed to the floor, and here comes Cold Ears with a steel chair. He was just about to get it to the BFG's face, and he's managed to break it up, and now the BFG going after the Mystery. A big clothesline to the back there, now turns his attention to Cold Ears, picks him up casually and slings him round and down on the floor as King Daddy goes after the Mystery. And now the BFG straight after King Daddy in the corner, and now straight after the Mystery again. The BFG's really come out explosively after taking some early damage from King Daddy, who's busy with the Yeti that is Cold Ears, throwing him in the corner. And oh no, he was too busy celebrating, was the BFG, and King Daddy's leaped on him. He's of course known as King Daddy because of all of the children he's fathered over the years. And here the Mystery has got, what's he got there? Looks like it might be, it's a stop sign, and he's giving it straight to the face of the Yeti as the BFG's got a sit down powerbomb in the ring, gets a 1-2, and the Mystery's in and breaks it up. And that stop sign you can see dented from getting some Cold Ears right imprinted on it. Now King Daddy's going under the ring for something as the BFG rolls out. He's got a guitar. And immediately the guitar's smashed over the back of the BFG. Poor ring management from the BFG. He didn't see Ring Daddy going under the ring, and he pulled a guitar out, maybe for some Irish lyrics, and smashes it over his back. And now he's got a table out, and look at this, the BFG's goading him while in the ring. Cold Ears is chopping the life out of the Mystery, and the table goes skittering away and is now propped up on the railings there. The BFG slides into the ring and only gets in the way of Cold Ears as the Mystery was trying to whip him into the corner. Now has him on the floor, is now wiping his face in the floor it seems, and Ring Daddy on the outside taking some time to rest. He tries to make his way back into the ring now. The BFG turns around and sees him coming though. The Mystery chopping the life out of Cold Ears in the corner, whilst the King Daddy and the BFG are locking up in the ring. And now Cold Ears on the outside looking confused, and another guitar's out, and it's knocked out of the hands of the Mystery. I feared for Cold Ears there, he could have been getting a guitar in the face. And the BFG now picking up King Daddy and powerbombing him down on the floor. And Cold Ears again went for the steel chair, and it was knocked out of his hands at the last minute by the Mystery. It's a hardcore match so far, living up to the majesty that is the hardcore eventing. Nice German suplex from Cold Ears on King Daddy. And King Daddy's been slow here to get out of first gear, and a net breaker there from the Mystery. Straight onto King Daddy. BFG taking a breather, as is Cold Ears Craig. Mystery gets hold of King Daddy and picks him up, and suplex him nasty. Just missed the steel chair there as the BFG has the stop sign, is in the ring with it and gives the stop sign to the Mystery's back, but the Mystery feels no pain it seems. And now he gets it square in the face. The BFG going for the pin on the Mystery. Just a 1 count there though, as he's able to kick out on top of the steel chair. And the Irish King Daddy, not sure what he's doing, he's a little bit lost, maybe his days are confused from having a few batterings. That won't help him at all, getting the stop sign in the face. And now the Yeti launches the stop sign at the Mystery, and look at this, the BFG there, it looked like he got hold of his turkey and giblets. Now he's going for the cover. 1, 2, just a 2 count though. King Daddy able to get it and break it up, and Cold Ears has hold of King Daddy now, puts him up on his shoulders taking him to the corner turnbuckle there, dropping him face first onto the corner. That table still positioned on the outside, resting on the barricades for the fans. Might be in the way for a few of them. And then a hockey stick's come out from the mystery. And the Irish King Daddy's seen him, and the BFG goes for the pin again. He's still got a 1, as the King Daddy takes the referee out to break up the pinfall. Now takes a mystery into the corner, and the BFG saying to him, don't you dare break up my pinfalls. You might be new in the KEW, but you're about to get this. Oh no, not again from the BFG. The mystery's already had it once. He's not going to get it a second time. He is. He's getting the sink face in the ring. Oh, he's gassing him. Oh, the toxic fumes locked inside his mask. And if he goes for the cover now, will he have anything left in the tank to kick out? 1, 2, 3, there it is. We've got our first hardcore finalist. It is the BFG, the man that people didn't think could do it. He will get a title shot here in the KEW at the next main pay-per-view. My goodness me, ladies and gentlemen, we said he was used to a hardcore match, and he certainly proved that. Look at this, the turbo hip shake there, and the hip thrusts just for the woman in the front row there. She knew it, she loved it. My goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how the mystery recovers from that. You can see there, he's on the outside. He's probably being sick a few times underneath that table. A little hip shake for him right in front of the mystery. Goodness gracious me. The big cheeks right in his face, and the mystery down and out for the count. The BFG takes it, and we have our first hardcore belt finalist. And here we go then with our second lot of competitors. And again, you'll spot a new face in the corner there. A new competitor that has come into the KEW at the same time as King Daddy. Could be on for a win and in to into the hardcore belt reckoning. And we're sort of a man who's been trapped in the mid-table in the KEW, James the Cat. He is, of course, a fan favourite, and his tag partner has already made it to the final. Now, of course, the Tubby Moggy's him in the BFG. And now he'll look and say to himself, well, if I can get to the final as well, this could be real dominance for the Tubby Moggy's, and it could be time for us to move up the tag team rankings too. And he is working the crowd on his way to the ring. There you go, the kid in the front row there, he loves it. I told you he's a fan favourite. Fist pumping as James the Cat makes his way past. The fireworks off in the background behind him. The fans loving, the people loving. You can see the woman in the front row sat down. She doesn't care about him. She was only here for the BFG. And it's James the Cat working the crowd very nicely indeed. You will of course see it as a great opportunity to get some silverware around his waist. After being a KEW former champion, you have to say this has really slumped his form a little bit to be competing down here in the hardcore rankings. But it is an opportunity to nevertheless get some title recognition around the waist. And here he comes.
London, England, weighing in at 195 pounds.
195 pounds of pure veiny muscle. There he is, the torpedo with the questionable marks on his trunks. His black and white theming. He is a technical wrestler who's no nonsense. He's here to do one thing, and that one thing's inflict pain. Perhaps the hardcore rankings aren't somewhere you'd normally expect to see a more technical wrestler. But he thought to himself, it's an opportunity for me to gain some much deserved recognition, and for me to progress up the KEW's power rankings. He'll definitely take it as an opportunity to put some silverware around that tiny waist, as much the same way that James the Cat will. Wiping his feet on the ring side there as he makes his way into the ring. The torpedo, a dangerous customer indeed. He may be small, but he is mighty. He's very veiny too. Poses for the cameras for one last time. And he is ready to go. He looks focused. Looks over at James the Cat on the outside. Of course, we do have his Misfits teammate
From
Here he comes.
Turkey, weighing in at
The Turkish mountain.
24 pounds.
The Goliath that is Big Dan, making his way down to the ring. He is a destructive force of nature. And he is a man's man. Leaping up the steps, he looks focused. 7 foot tall, the tallest of the KEW athletes. An absolute monster in the ring. And of course, the nation of Turkey is proud and behind him. They fully support their man. And there he is in the ring, ready to go. And here comes our newest member of the KEW cast, Miss Tarantula.
72 pounds.
Former history teacher. You can see where Spider-Man was bitten by a spider and got the unnatural spider powers. Miss Tash was also bitten by a spider, but has given her illithid spider abilities. The spiders caused her to lose her hair. It's wrapped around her face. You can see the tendrils there, the dark eyes, much in a similar way Miss Tash has those dark eyes. Is there some sort of link there? We'll have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. The sock on one hand, a disturbing visage. She has the rope around her, dress on her waist, and the soft wooden, oh, they're not soft, they're wooden sandals by the look of it. Wooden Japanese style sandals she has on. She'll get a kick from one of those and you'll know it. Has the sock on her hand. She's clearly had some disturbing issues. That, of course, some sort of mental slip for her. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Our next hardcore ranking. Look at that, a torpedo focus there. And Big Dan saying, come on then, I'm ready for you. And Miss Tarantula ready to go as well. And here we go then, the bell's ringing, and Miss Tarantula goes straight after the torpedo, and James the Cat's booted the face off of Big Dan. I'm not so sure that's a wise move, as Miss Tarantula gets a backdrop in on the torpedo. James the Cat whips the mountain into the corner and goes after him immediately. Perhaps he says, if I can take down the mountain. Oh, the mountain squashes him though as he tries to pick him up, and now he is straight after Miss Tarantula. Bounces her head off the corner. There's a bit of a size mismatch really, with Big Dan in the ring with the torpedo, and Miss Tarantula's not exactly a big athlete either. James the Cat now goes back after him and neck breakers him nasty. Swinging neck breaker there, and he's straight back up though, straight after James the Cat. Scoops him on the shoulders as Miss Tarantula, she's got a ladder out, ladies and gentlemen. She's sliding it in the ring there. What damage is she going to look to inflict with that as James the Cat sees her coming? And the torpedoes actually managed to somehow kick Big Dan in the face and suplex him onto the floor, almost onto the ladder. And Miss Tash goes back first onto the ladder from James the Cat. Goodness me. Well, actually caught her neck there nastily on that ladder. You can see she's dazed and confused as the torpedo now, the snap suplex, and now gives Big Dan a kick in the guts and gives him a DDT there. And he's clearing house here at the moment, the torpedo, but James the Cat has said enough of that. Shoulder charges him down to the ground, and Miss Tash now, oh, big boot there with those wooden block sandals right in the face of James the Cat, and Big Dan has a hockey stick on the outside. No, throws it down, decides he doesn't want the hockey stick. It's not a big enough weapon for a big man like him, as the torpedo's in the ring, giving Miss Tash a few swift elbows in the ring, and another nasty neck breaker from James the Cat on the outside. Torpedo with a cover now. One. Just a one count there though, Miss Tash. Or Miss Tarantula, sorry, plenty in the tank. I keep saying Miss Tash. Too many Miss T's in the KEW. We'll just call it a Tarantula from now on, I think. Tarantula under the ring, looking for something else. She's got a guitar out there, look at that. She's ready to play a vicious tune on somebody's head. Up he goes, oh, and there we go. I said she was ready to play the vicious tune straight over the mountain's back, but the mountain says, okay, you want some of this then? Oh, and spins her around and power bombs her down on the outside. James the Cat has the hockey stick. Miss Tash rolls to the outside as the torpedo gives a nasty shot to the back of his tag team partner in the Misfits. whipping Big Dan into the corner now as Tarantula drops James the Cat on his face on the outside. The torpedo now, big suplex there, and up goes, Miss Tash dropping James the Cat out of that suplex straight onto his back there. And sorry, I said Miss Tash again, the Tarantula, and look at this. The torpedo's got the chair and he's spotted the Tarantula. He's going for it. But she breaks it up in time with a few swift hits there and an uppercut. Big Dan taking his time for a breather in the ring. The Tarantula went for the chair, and the torpedoes flipped her over on the outside, and now the Mountain straight after James the Cat. But James the Cat stops his attacks and whips him back into the ring, and in goes to the ring also the Tarantula. He's throwing the hockey stick there, the little man. The torpedo straight into the face of James the Cat as the Mountain's taking a breather in the ring, and James the Cat screaming there. Look at that big shot from this Tarantula. Gets hold of him and drops him on the floor. Goes for the cover too on the Mountain. Just a 1 count. The torpedo racing back into the ring to try and deal with it. And now off the ropes. Went for the crossbody. Nobody home, and gets a boot in the face from the Mountain. His boot's almost probably as big as his face. Miss Tarantula now picks up the Mountain. Spins him down onto his face. Give him that spider crusher there. And James the Cat now has the hockey stick, the same hockey stick that went into the face of the torpedo, and there it is in his face, and now he's taking down the Mountain. He's clearing the Misfits out in the ring, rolls over the Mountain, hooks the leg. Miss Tarantula doesn't know what day of the week it is. Just a 1 count though. She recovered her composure just in time to get in and break it up. Gets hold of James the Cat now from behind. Big elbow there from James the Cat. He says, okay then, you want to go, let's have some. Gets hold of a few elbows there from Miss Tarantula. Says you didn't hand your history homework in on time. Gets hold of James the Cat. The torpedo now has the stop sign on the outside. Look at this, racing around the stop sign. And look at that, he was on his knees ready for it, the Mountain. He just took it in the face. I don't know what he was doing there, flexing to the crowd. Didn't think his tag team partner was going to hit him with it, and he did. James the Cat with the cover. Just a 1 count there though. The torpedo has hold of James the Cat. Nasty, vicious side elbow there, giving him the forearm straight in the face. And you've got to say the torpedo, for being the smallest man in the ring, is really going for it now. And the torpedo driver goes for the cover. 1, 2. But James the Cat kicks out as Big Dan was happy to look on. Maybe doesn't want any more punishment. And look at this. Miss Tarantula now has hold of the arm and stomping on it with those wooden blocks. And James the Cat up and the torpedo's flipped over. Goes for the cover again. 1, 2. But James the Cat kicks out at the last minute as the Mountain is now back up, and Miss Tarantula has hold of him and tries to pick him up. Can't manage to lift up the weight of Big Dan, who picks up Miss Tarantula now up on his shoulders. And snaps her down to the ground. Goes for the cover as well. Just a 1 count there though. Miss Tarantula plenty left in the tank as the torpedo's back up and in the ring. Looks like he's trying to get hold of Big Dan, but took too long about it. Gets a shot to the back now, and stunner there from James the Cat on Miss Tarantula, and she's down in the ring. Doesn't look like she knows what day of the week it is. She's up quickly now though. The torpedo dazed on the outside as the Mountain launches James the Cat across the ring. And Miss Tarantula again going after the arm of Big Dan, kicking on it there, trying to weaken the power base up to a 1 count, a 2. My goodness me. Big Dan managed to get a shoulder up, and you can see Miss Tash there, Miss Tarantula looking disappointed as James the Cat gets a springboard DDT off the ropes. Goes for the cover as James the Cat broken up by the torpedo. And big boot there from the Tarantula. Those wooden blocks straight in the face of the torpedo. And now James the Cat has her up on the shoulders, spins her around, sit down powerbomb there. The torpedo waiting for him though, with a nasty drop kick. And Big Dan has a big guitar on the outside, slides into the ring, and I think this might be going over the torpedo's head. It is indeed. Gives him a little shot there, kick to the guts, tucks him up he goes, spins him round, and Turkish delight time. Down he comes, and James the Cat waiting for his opponent in the ring. Mr. Angela has hold of the steps and is carrying them around the outside curiously, and he's going to make their way into the ring. They are, she slides them in the bottom of the ring, gets in the way of the referee momentarily. 1, 2 from Big Dan. And James the Cat kicks out the steps now in the ring as a curious havoc potentially for someone to fall upon. Big Dan gets hold of, oh my gosh, the torpedo, look at him, he's up in the air, oh, drops down, I'm surprised it didn't break an angle, falling from that high up though. And now Mr. Tarantula picks the stairs back up, oh, and throws him in the torpedo's face. The torpedo is down. Mr. Tarantula for the cover, 1, 2, 3, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have the Tarantula facing the BFG for the Hardcore Championship title. It's going to be a hard-fought battle, that one, between the two of them. You can see Mr. Tarantula doesn't mind mixing it up, picking up the stairs, launching him in the torpedo's face. She'll use whatever is at her disposal to win a match, Miss Tarantula. And she is going to be a ferocious opponent for the BFG in that final match. And our next main pay-per-view, only a month or so away now. We'll move to our last match for the evening. Then, ladies and gentlemen, what should have been our last match for the evening. Hold on 1 second here. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to apologise for that swift technical difficulty that we had there, but this is our last match for the evening. It'll be a one-on-one hardcore affair between the Firefighter and Big Bird, and of course we've seen the two of them lock up in recent weeks, and the CEO has not been happy with our KEW champion. And the KEW champion said to him, alright then, you want to go? I'm not going to put my title on the line against someone who's not worthy. I'll just give you a good old-fashioned beat down in the ring.
Champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from London, England.
As he lifts the belt high aloft.
At 19 pounds.
Here comes the Firefighter.
Classic champion.
Of course, as the commentator said, as the announcer said, sorry, it is a champion versus champion match. And we have the KEW champion, the Firefighter, taking on one half of the tag team champions, the Big Bird, and we said BFG then. For BFG on the brain, much like that woman in the front row. And the Firefighter, of course, was assaulted last week with that very belt after his victory against Satange. The Big Bird, oh, not against Satange, can't remember who it's against now. The Big Bird stormed into the ring and delivered the title shot right to his face. Didn't want to use his own tag team belt. There it is on his shoulder, instead of which opting to use the KEW championship to deal the damage.
44 pounds, one half of the tag team champions.
You can see he's plumb proud to have the Big Bird tag team title on his shoulder. It is, of course, the belt emblazoned with his emblem. The emblem of the Big Bird. He makes his way into the ring. He's left the American flag at home this time. Lifts the belt high for everyone to see. Gives it a little pat. He looks sassy and fired up. Ready to go here. Here we go then, the CEO against our KEW champion. The pair of them lock up immediately, and the CEO picks him up onto his shoulders, carries him to the corner and drops him face first into the turnbuckle there. Nasty vicious shot, and immediately going out of the ring. I thought he was going to go and look for something to do some damage. Comes back in to decide to pummel the Firefighter a bit more, lifts him up here, massive suplex, and launches him across the ring. Little scream to the crowd, showing off his muscles, allows the Firefighters get back up, only to get German suplexed across the ring. Goodness gracious me. You can tell that the CEO is really saying to him, I'll show you for not putting your title on the line. Next time we meet, I want that title. I'm going to have it off of you. I've given everybody else enough chances in the KEW. So Crocodile rolls over him and slams him down into the ground, picks him up again and slams him down face first. And Big Bird here really motivated and fired up. A few quick hits to the KEW champion. The Firefighter gets hold of him again, lifts him high into the sky. And they're draining the blood into the Firefighter's head here. The power on display from Big Bird. Giles Bird, the CEO, suplexes him down to the floor. And you've got to wonder how much damage has been done already to the Firefighter. He's taken a pummeling, but manages to get out of it and get a leg sweep in there. We've not even seen anything come out from under the ring yet. It is a hardcore match, and anything goes on the outside. A few swift hits from the Firefighter there. Now he's showing his power off as he scoops the CEO up and sit-down power bombs him off the floor. The raw power of both these gentlemen on display. A swift hit there from the Firefighter into the CEO's face, but the CEO gets hold of him and carries him to the ropes now. Gets him and whips him across. Goes for the shot but mistimes it, and that allows the Firefighter to get a few swift hits back in. Gets hold of the CEO, whips him into the ropes here, and you can see he looks a bit woozy already, the Firefighter, but it goes under and over, and now big hip toss there, sits him down into the ring. He goes for the cover. One. Just a one count there though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm surprised we've not seen anything come out from under the ring so far yet with the animosity between these two. I would have thought that they would have tried to give each other a good old slobber knocker in with anything they could get their hands on. Especially after the title shot last time around that Big Bird delivered to the Firefighter's face, and you can see now the Firefighter stomping on the head of the CEO. Maybe he's trying to replicate the damage that he'd done from that title shot. Here he goes onto the top rope now and dives off and went for the big punch from the top rope but completely missed it. And now the CEO's up, gets hold of the Firefighter, big shot to the back there, and the Firefighter crawls into the corner, slow back to his feet. Gets hold of him here, scoops him up and throws him into the ropes, and down he comes awkwardly, goes for the cover. One. Just a one count there, ladies and gentlemen. Screams to the crowd as the CEO gets hold of his man now, whips him into the ropes and spears him off the ropes. Goodness me, he goes for the cover. 1, 2. Just a 2 count though, ladies and gentlemen. The Firefighter able to get his shoulder up, and now again the CEO with that crocodile-like roll as he rolls over him, picks him up and slams him down onto the mat there. You can see the damage that's been done to the Firefighter. Slow back to his feet now as Big Bird tucks him up, rolls him up, and the Firefighter punching his way back out of it. He looked like he was about to get a big powerbomb there. Ducks under him, big shoulder charge there. Up and off the ropes again, and another big shoulder charge. And says to him, get up here. Ducks under the clothesline, and then spins him round for a sit-down powerbomb there. Hooks a leg, 2, 1, 2. Just a 2 count there, ladies and gentlemen. Well, these two seem content to settle it in the ring. Perhaps after all, this isn't a hardcore match. Scoops him up and powerbombs him down to the ground. But the CEO's quickly up. Gets hold of his man there. Rests him on the ropes. Now scoops him up here and again launches him into the ropes as he falls down awkwardly. Big elbow there that the CEO delivers. He rolls out of the ring now, the Firefighter. And climbing back up and in as the Big Bird goes to the top corner. But I think the Firefighter would call him. No, he didn't quite get to him in time. He gets a big axe handle smash in the face. And the CEO, look at that, showing off the guns for the crowd. Quickly back to his feet as the Firefighter dodges out the way there. Off the ropes, gets hold of him. That little springboard stunner there off the second ropes. Pulls the CEO into the middle of the ring now. And the CEO might be in a spot of trouble. And again, the power on display from these two men as the Firefighter gets hold of him, spins him round and slams him down. And again, he's going for it again. Picks him up by the tummy. Spins him round and slams him down on his back. And you can see now Big Bird might be in a tough situation here. The Firefighter dealing the damage. pulls the CEO into the middle of the ring, and he swiftly rolls out of it, but the firefighter's gone up to the top rope here, pointing to someone in the crowd. The CEO's quickly back up, and the firefighter dives to the outside, and the CEO's not there. Goodness gracious me, and it definitely is a normals match, as we've got a count on, up to a 1 count here as he climbs back into the ring. Gets hold of him, does the CEO, whips him into the ropes now, twists him around, swinging net breaker for his troubles there, the firefighter. And now the CEO climbing onto the second rope. Big elbow off the second rope, right on the back there. It looked like he might have mistimed the delivery. And now you can see, he's getting the crowd pumped. A little bit of anaerobics there. Maybe it's the type of workouts he's used to doing with Cliff Richard. Picks up the firefighter by the head and tosses him across the ring, showing the power on display from the older man. Picks up the firefighter again and again, throws him towards those turnbuckles, delivering damage to the spine of the firefighter. Goes for the clothesline. The firefighter ducks out of it and gives him a big kick to the guts, and now gives him a nice half body drop over the edge there. Gets hold of him now and is dragging him around the ring, trying to get him towards the centre of the ring potentially. Gives him a little stomp to the back and says to him, it's time for you to have your fire alarm serviced. Guess what time it is? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The little shuffle, and boom, there goes the fire alarm straight into his face. Hooks the leg for the cover. 1, 2. Just a 2 count there though. The CEO gets his shoulder up, and now the firefighter says, I'll put you away for good, son. Here we go. But no. Big Bird up and gets a clobbering right hand in. Whips him into the ropes and spears him. The CEO with a monstrous spear. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. But the firefighter somehow gets an arm up. Goodness gracious me. The crowd there, look at that. He's showing off to the crowd with the flexing muscles. Is the CEO, and the crowd love it. These two men really going at one another. They have a real disdain for one another. The CEO definitely doesn't want the firefighter to be the champion for much longer. He's now stomping his way around him. And the firefighter rolls out of the ring for what he thinks is a rest. But the CEO is poised and ready. And here he goes, diving over the top rope. Massive body splash on the outside there. Gets hold of his man now. And what damage is he going to look to inflict on the outside? Tucks him between the legs. Curls him up and drops him down on his face. And you can see the firefighter might not have much left in the tank here, ladies and gentlemen. The CEO gets hold of him, launches him back in the ring, climbing up here in between the ropes, up to a 4 to the 3 as he's rolled over and goes for the pin. Does the CEO. 1, 2, 3, there it is. Big Bird's put him away. Goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen. The CEO showing that he really is the man's man, puts the firefighter away. And look at this, the CEO now looks over his man in the ring. Gentleman, he climbs out, and hang on a minute, where's he going here? He's got a ladder, ladies and gentlemen. This is not what we want to see from the CEO. We don't want to see him attacking and damaging his own athletes. And here he goes. Ladder shot straight to the firefighter's face. And goodness gracious me, the statement has well and truly been made. The KEW CEO is coming for his title. Oh my goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. The pair of them will be having a good old ding-dong, we dare say, at the next main pay-per-view. But what damage has that ladder shot done to the firefighter? We'll only find out next week on KEW. Once again though, thank you for watching this explosive episode, and we have our 2 finalists for the Hardcore Championship, the Tarantula and the BFG. We'll see how they get on at the next main pay-per-view in just over a month. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time with more KEW action.